Good evening, everybody. Michael D. sitting behind the mic again with my sidekick, Ron. Welcome back there, Ron.
Thank you. Good to be here, Mike.
And tonight's topic, who could ever replace Alex Trebek? I'll tell you what, that was a great loss to the game show community, losing Alex Trebek like they did. He was a great man. The thing I liked about Alex, though, was really, he was a cool person. All right? He never had anything bad to say about anything or anybody. You know? He got along good with every soul there was. You know, Alex was originally born in Canada and then moved to the U.S. He had a dual citizenship. That's kind of cool itself, you know. What do you think about that, Ron?
Yeah, dual citizenship. When he came to this country, he got that job on the game show host by being recommended by someone who said he had a photographic memory, and he later said he did not. But he was well studied and he was brilliant. But photographic memory, he denied ever having, but somebody just played him up to be more than he was. But he got the job on Jeopardy! I think, 36 years on Jeopardy! He hosted it. Fantastic record.
Oh, yeah. 36 years?
Yeah, 36 years.
I know some people don't hold jobs that long. God bless him. He did a really fantastic job as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, he did. And that was a tough game show, too. One of the toughest in history. You had to come up with the hardest questions. It was just reversed. You know, they would give the answers, and then you had to come up with a question, like what was and who is and what is. But there's a lot of people that can't even answer 3 or 4 of those questions. Well, not questions, but can't come up with a question for even 3 or 4 statements on that show. I've surprised myself sometimes when I've come up with a few more than I would ever think I could. But you look at those contestants and wonder. And Alex Trebek handled them all so well. You know, Mike, the thing that I was impressed with, though, was we were watching that CNN program a couple nights ago with Chris Cuomo, and he was talking about how he personally knew Alex Trebek. And he started out explaining that Alex Trebek had come down with pancreatic cancer, and he eventually, he recently died of it at age 80. But he did so many shows, and this is interesting too, that they had in the can, as they say, how many shows? I think it was 35 shows in the can when he died, and that were not presented on TV yet. And he insisted that even if he passed away, he wanted them all aired, and they're going to do it. They're going to honor his wish and air them all. So for the next 5 weeks, is it 5 weeks? No, 7 weeks.
7 weeks.
5 times 7, 35. They're going to air all of them until he did his last show. That's very commendable that he wanted them aired. And I have heard from people, the only sign that there was any fear about this or anything dragging him down was something about his eyes, his look. He had a weary look in his eyes, but he could still be humorous with people and everything. He was like a father figure to people on that program. and it was just amazing. Some of the things that Chris Cuomo came up with was that he was happily married for 30 years, and he was a great father and a great husband. He was always positive, never negative. He did mention, too, about Alex Trebek being from Canada, and Trebek chose not to play into American politics. You would never know what side he was on any issue. He kept it private. He was brilliant, hardworking, and Chris Cuomo, knowing him personally, said that even on TV, he was a father figure to the Jeopardy contestants. And it was already mentioned that he hosted the toughest game show ever. That 36-year run made history. And the interesting part of this is that he was married twice. His first wife was Playboy Money, who became a business executive, but they didn't have a very long-run marriage. And won't mention her name, the first one, but she was a Playboy Bunny. And she divorced him after a short time. And he seemed to suffer for a while from the divorce, the unwanted divorce. He didn't want it. And but within 5 years after that divorce, he met a young woman shortly after the divorce that he really liked a lot, but she was 26 years younger than him. Her name is Jean. She's survived him. She's his widow. 26 years younger than him. So he didn't want to ask her to really marry him for a while, but finally he did when he was 50 years old and she was 24 years old. He finally did marry her. And they were very happy together. And he credited her mostly as getting him through this cancer thing, and maybe not urging him to work, but, he had to do something and wanted to do something to keep his mind off of it. And, well, she probably encouraged him through that, too, to be working. But it was sad. On a side note, I heard from someone that all he wanted to do his last few days of life here was to get on the backyard swing. And, the swings where you can fit 2 or 3 people on them and they swing back and forth in the backyard. I forget what they call them, but that's all he wanted to do was swing on that thing. And who knows what he was thinking about when he did that, but he found it to be relaxing. And then he, where he was when he passed away, I don't have that information, whether he passed away in a hospital or at home or in bed or anything like that, but he was a real gentle person. And we're going to miss him, Mike. And I just don't know who they could possibly have in mind to replace him on Jeopardy. But Jeopardy will go on, I'm sure. Are you sure it would, Mike, go on, that show? That show would continue?
Well, Ron, I think it may go on. If they get somebody like Drew Carey to maybe host it, it could be 1,000 different people who could host it. But no one will ever be another Alex Trebek.
No, he's one of a kind. That's it. That's for sure. Brainy, witty. He was witty. He enjoyed humor. Woman, is going to host the show. a woman this time. So we'll see.
Doesn't matter really if it's a man or a woman that hosts a show. But just saying,
Yeah.
like you said, Alex is one of a kind and one of a kind only. There will never be another Alex Trebek. Never.
Yep.
But our thoughts and our prayers go out to the Trebek family.
Yes, of course. He did have children in both marriages, and he was a great father to them. Nobody has anything terrible to say about him that I know of, anyway. So we'll miss him.
For sure.
And prayers for his family and loved ones, friends, closer friends. Yes. By the way, we will have another probably close to a little more than 6 more weeks of watching him in action, because he requested that the watching him in action and everything like that on the show.
Good idea.
So enjoy that while we can, and we will have another host.
So this sort of like the lost episode, so to speak.
Yeah.
But
Everything's good history. Everything about it is good history. Good TV history. Great man. Okay. Mike. Well,
well, you know, Ron, it's that time again. Time starts flying by, and it's time to say goodnight to everybody. So, with that being said, I'd like to take this time to say that men and women in our armed forces are doing one hell of a job. Keep up the good work, and I hope you come home soon and safe. With this being said, I'd like to say good night. Don't forget, I'm Michael D. And
good night.
From all of us to all of you, good night, wherever you are. Till next time, may the good news always be yours. Good night, everybody.